Hi, welcome to our show, Dede Talks, the Art of Specialty Lenses. Today we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Katherine Weise from UAB. Welcome, Dr. Weise. Thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm Kathy Weise, and I'm the lead team physician for vision at UAB, which makes me part of a whole team of medical people. We started a program called Blazer Vision there, which is a deliberately collaborative program that combines the Department of Ophthalmology, the School of Optometry, and the School of Medicine, all in support of UAB athletics. And so it's a great program. It's very collaborative, and being a part of the UAB sports medicine team also makes me the lead team physician for vision for the USFL, which was in our backyard last year, and also some area sports teams like the Birmingham Legion soccer and the Birmingham Bulls hockey, actually.
Fantastic. I'm a huge hockey fan.
Yeah,
so
good. It's kind of fun.
So we know you're doing a lot of sports medicine. So tell me, if you were talking to a new practitioner or a new student that's just coming out or a new resident, how would you get them involved in sports medicine or get them started in sports medicine?
Love it. First, you have to have a why. You have to have motivation and passion in this area because like one person has told me, this is a wait and hurry up type of game. You have to be able to be, ready on the go to help with, acute red eyes, replace contact lenses, get guys their glasses for the classroom if they're students. So you really have to, humbly serve and be ready to go and do your best. Beyond that, sometimes it's hard to figure out how to open that door. And so I would say there are a couple different avenues. I would say don't do it the way I did it, which is go to the coach and say, hey, I'm Kathy, I'm your eye doctor, and I want to help you with concussion. And that's a hard word to kind of start with. Right. It's a great thing for us to do, but that's not as common ground. But what is common ground is, the guys need to be able to see. The guys and girls need to be able to see. So, helping with vision screenings is a great way just to be on the team and let people understand how much you know that even the team physicians, don't know.
Right.
I had one team physician tell me one time, I can handle the cardio, I can handle the bones and the kidneys and all that, but the system that gives me the most angst is the vision system. And I was like,
I got that.
I'll take the 24 millimeters, you take the rest, Yeah. And so being able to provide acute care is great.
Right.
Guys get a pink eye. Do we let him play, or can we get him fixed up real quick before the game so that he doesn't, get everybody else contagious, or a scratch to the eye or any trauma to the eye? Right. We stand ready to help with that. So acute care is great. Vision screening is a great way to get started. And then, if it grows, you can offer comprehensive eye exams.
Right.
We found that when we did our study, 59% of the football players that we tested never had an eye exam before.
That's crazy. I know.
And so you're looking at like whack-a-mole technology and things like this, and I'm like, well, we got to make sure they can see first.
Right.
And the vision screenings for the sports physicals that only occur once, on an NCAA campus, is like 20/40. And so is 20/40 really good enough for the receiver or the quarterback
right, exactly.
or the baseball players? And so is good enough for your team? We don't think so. So we provided comprehensive eye exams for the players, and we looked at the data. We found that almost 2/3 of them got improved vision because of us. We got almost all of them to 20/20, but we also got 81% of them to 20/15.
Well, that's fantastic.
And almost all of them had perfect 3D vision, got to perfect 3D vision.
That's fantastic. Yeah.
And now, of course, it's fabulous to help the athlete. That's so much fun. That's why we do it. But now the coaches have a competitive edge. We had one coach on his press conference say, we've got a heart specialist, we've got, bone specialists. We have our own team optometrist as a bragging point for why they should come to UAB. We've got Alabama in our state, we've got Auburn, we've got UAB, we've got smaller schools.
Right.
And so the coaches are looking for that competitive edge. And so if we can provide that value where we're taking care of the athletes from head to toe, then, the teams love it. And the team physicians really love it because they can call me and I'll take care of it. And the trainers especially too.
Well, and I know we talked earlier that you're using some of the Altius lenses to help improve vision. So talk a little bit about that for me.
I'm all about that. we were one of the early ones to get the Altius lenses. And, probably what you don't know is I was totally cynical about it. I was like, this is going to be crazy. And so we actually happened to have an optometry student in the third year who was a former football player at UAB.
Uh-huh.
And so I brought him down and I said, Dustin, come try these on. See what you think. And he put them on and he was like, oh my gosh, these are amazing.
Right.
I wish I had these when I was playing. And I was like, really? And then I send the science to it, the wavelength chart that you guys have on the Altius website. The wavelength, I sent it to my vision science guys who study wavelengths, and they're like, this is pretty legit. Getting 50% of the light gone in the amber ones and 38% in the green ones. They were, pretty sold. And I was like, okay, well, let me try it on our quarterback. And our quarterback put him on, and he grinned. I wish I would have recorded it like a Cheshire cat. Oh my God, this is like being in the movies.
How fun.
And I didn't know what he meant, but after I tried them, I was like, oh, it's like this cool sepia type of thing, And so it's just this very good visual comfort. And so he loved them. And so when we have things like that to offer our players, then we, as an optometrist, stand out, again, providing that competitive edge. And if everybody on the sports medicine team, the trainers and the coaches, if we're all sort of like, how can we make our team better? What's my role in making the team better? If they know that I'm constantly on the lookout for new science and new technology to propel our athletes, then everybody wins.
Oh, absolutely.
And that's super fun. That's the fun part.
And my question for you, did the quarterback see a difference in his play? Did he enjoy that part of it?
Absolutely.
Were his stats going up?
I've had my favorite story is our receiver, and he tried them. We actually put him on him because of migraines.
Oh, good. Yeah.
So
another option.
The story is he's our opening game, and it's an evening game. And I hear, my son tell me, oh, the receiver's mom was sitting next to me and said, oh, my baby's going to the ER. And I was like, well, I didn't see her baby get concussed or hurt. And, we usually take care of everything on the sidelines, but he was throwing up quite a bit. And so he couldn't play that night.
Right.
And so the working diagnosis became migraines, and the team physician wanted me to make sure that there was no convergence insufficiency causing a trigger for the migraines. And I was like, all right, cool.
Let's do this.
But I had the Altius lenses. And I was like, I want to try these. He was literally my second one that I ever tried him on. And he was blown away. And 2 weeks later, he was Player of the Week in the Conference USA Player of the Week.
Oh, that's fantastic.
He went on to have the highest yards per catch nationally. And we're Division I, but we're not Alabama. We're not, some of the others. And he was had a great catch in the Hula Bowl not long ago. So
fantastic.
He has done great. He loves it. And then from a migraine standpoint, he told us, when I was 8 years old, I started having migraines, and I would go in the closet and there was no relief for me.
Right.
And so it was like double bonus for him. Right. He got rid of his migraines. He was able to play, and with the help of medicine, and then, to have that, sort of competitive edge and have that extra visual oomph was really great for him. So he could,
catch the ball,
catch those balls.
Well, and I know you also talked a little bit about using it for concussion. Yes. So talk a little bit about how you would use that for a concussed patient.
Yeah. So I'm very excited. And if you work with concussion, it's, there's a lot of balls in the air. And one thing that we don't love is photophobia with concussion. Right. And it's very hard to treat. And I've talked to some people at Ohio State and other people who do concussion, and we think it's almost like a neurophotophobia, I call it.
Right.
And so I don't know that it's local to the eye. We certainly have dilated pupils a little bit post-concussion, and so that could cause some light sensitivity, but sunglasses sometimes help and sometimes they don't.
Right.
And so this neurophotophobia, we kind of go, oh, what do we do for this? Like, I can help your convergence insufficiency and I can help your accommodative issues, but darn, that photophobia is a hard nut to crack. But then we got these lenses and I'm like, oh my gosh, it cuts out 50% of light and all of the blue. Let me try this.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, the two players that I've tried it on so far have had great relief.
Oh, good.
I've loved it. And so now I get excited when a concussed patient comes in and says they have photophobia because I have something to offer them. And what I love about it is, one thing, if you work with concussion, is that it's an invisible condition.
Right.
And so people don't know that you have a concussion, and you sort of are sitting in silence going, am I crazy because I can't process?
Right.
And nobody believes me that I have these issues, and I look just fine, and I don't have a boot on, I don't have a cast on. But one kind of unintended, wonderful benefit of having the Altius lenses on him was, I had a little high schooler.
Yeah.
Who, didn't want to appear weak. Football was sort of his identity, and he's concussed, and he's got to sit out for a little while. He wore the red lenses to school, and people asked him, oh, what's wrong? And, oh, I'm post-concussion.
So he could tell you, yeah.
So, and, oh, okay, well, that's a big deal. Let me, help you in some way. So that, was a fantastic peripheral that I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, exactly. I used to work a lot with pediatrics, so we would see that when we would take kids from glasses into contact lenses, and their whole dynamics changed, everything about them changed. So I can relate on a different level.
Let me tell you, you made me think of pediatrics, and all those little football players I work with are 300-pound people, but they're little 8-year-old boys, inside. Yeah. And being able to put a contact lens in with their little T-Rex arms and sausage link fingers, not easy. I had one player who was wearing contact lenses. His eyes were all red, and the trainer calls me. He's like, he hasn't taken them out for 3 months because he's been here for 3 months, and his mom was the one that would take them out and put them in. And I was like, oh, Lord. He's got big biceps, and he's afraid of this little lens. But in pediatrics and in these football players, to have that red lens right in front of you is really just great to be able to put that in.
To be able to put it in, right?
To be able to see it and see what you're doing and everything.
Exactly. So yeah, I worked actually quite a bit in pediatrics before I came to industry. So that was being able to teach those kids and do things. It was amazing, and actually to be able to teach the parents a lot of times.
Absolutely.
So you work with the team mentality. Do you see that once one person on the team gets that advantage, do you see the other team members kind of jumping into that?
It's pool? Absolutely, because it starts a conversation. So how many times have you seen somebody wear a clear, contact lens? Yeah. Say, "Ooh, those look great on you."
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
And nobody ever says, "Oh, Dr. Weise, your prescription." That it looks great on Sally. Like, no, they like the frames or whatever, the visible thing. And so a lot of athletes have, whenever we've tried research projects, they tell us, it's got to pass like the cool test. They're not going to wear something that we say looks weird. Right. It's got to look cool. So the red lenses look awesome. They're very intimidating. So that part is good. So it starts a conversation for sure. And so it helps that kid. And then it, helps more kids, actually just, see better, play better. But then, it goes on to help the team. Right. Everybody likes that. But what I love about it is it helps us, propel optometry on the sports medicine team.
Oh, absolutely.
We have a lot of, physicians, ophthalmologists, and optometrists, and we're able to kind of just set ourselves apart as the ones to choose, to provide the eye care. So that's been another one of those peripheral benefits that I wasn't really expecting. Our knowledge and our conversations that we're having with team physicians, they're like, that's fantastic, that know that you can bring this kind of stuff to us.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
all right. Dr. Weise, thank you so much for being with us today. I really do appreciate it.
So much fun. I could talk about this for hours.
Fortunately, we're a short show. Right. So. Love it. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming to Dede Talks, the Art of Specialty Lenses. I'd like to thank ABB Optical Group for their support. Thank you and have a wonderful day, and stay tuned for more episodes.
Go Blazers.